Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value, and what I'm going to go over in this presentation is technical analysis of gold and silver. I try to do a daily technical analysis update to give you guys at least my most current opinion on the market. Again, this is not financial advice, this is just my financial opinion. So let's jump in, and I'll give you my opinion on gold and silver. So first, I'm going to start with GDX. The mining companies typically lead the gold and silver mining prices, or gold and silver prices, not mining. The miners lead the gold and silver prices. And what we have down here is a cluster of bullish engulfings all down here. We popped higher. We're kind of moving sideways. I still think we might have another day sideways. But because this black candlestick, usually on a black candlestick, you open up high. Throughout the day, you lose a little bit of momentum to the downside, but it's still closed as an up day. We have resistance through here that we're trying to break through. And I can just kind of put that in here real quick to show you what I'm talking about. We're trying to break through this resistance right here. And we may stay in here a little bit longer before we break to the upside, but that's what we're trying to break through is right here. We're just kind of moving on sideways, hitting our head on this. We got a whole bunch. Think of the buyers, and if I were to give an analogy here, the buyers are digging in their cleats into the turf right here. They're saying that we're digging in, we're putting pressure to the upside. We're going to move soon, but we just haven't moved and broken through this resistance yet. I think we will. It may take a little bit of time, and that's what we're looking for. We want small down days saying that the sellers aren't there. And we need the buyers to step in here and blow it through this resistance area. We got a very similar thing happening to GDXJ. I can just kind of throw this in here and show you what we're trying to break through. It's like right there at the line trying to break through it. We got this kind of downtrend line. We dug in the cleats here into the turf. We're putting pressure on it to push and get through this downward trend line. We're right there. And that's where we're currently at. SILJ, very similar. We've got all these bullish engulfings all down here with the small down day pullbacks. We have two small down days. I like the setup over here, and I think it's just a matter of time before we kind of break this little downtrend line and try to move on higher. Could be any time. Endeavor Silver's got the same type of scenario. We've got the big bullish engulfings down here. Popped higher, two small down days. We're at the 200-day with some support, and hopefully we can move on higher. Hecla Mining, kind of just looking at some of these different companies to see what they're doing. We broke to the upside. This is a gigantic trend break, 40-year plus trend break. And we've pulled on back and doing kind of a retest right here. And I think this is a good time to enter if you've got the cojones to buy on the back test, which I always do, and then ride it higher. Here's Yamana Gold. We're still in this big old flag pattern going sideways here. We have come up a little bit, but I just wanted to show one from a medium-term perspective to show you kind of what we're facing. We need to break out of this downward channel here. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. Some buyers to step in. On the other hand, Franco-Nevada broke out of its resistance area and moved to the upside. This could pull back and do a little retest. If you were to look at it, it's a line that's right here. That's the line I'm talking about. And we could come back, maybe not. It all depends. I don't know the very, very short term, but we broke out of this resistance area. I think it looks fantastic to move higher. And but we could come back and kiss this line one last time goodbye before moving higher. We could. And then we got Wheaton Precious Metals. It just, you break this 48, 49 level area in here, and I think we're going to be moving to the upside quite well. So those are kind of the lines in the sand. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to break through these resistance areas. Franco-Nevada, which is one of the leaders, already broke to the upside. I think the rest of the group will follow. So that's what I'm looking for. That's my kind of slant, and the way I'm looking at this is Franco's our leader. It broke out to the upside. And now I'm looking for everyone else to break their little downtrend lines and get some buying momentum. If that momentum doesn't happen, then we're going to probably see some more downside, obviously. And we'll have to see if the support levels hold if we see some downward pressure. Now, I've been looking at the 10-year yield. The 10-year yield's been it dove down quite a bit today, like 4.5%. Is something still out there that people are afraid of? We'll have to see. Are they afraid of the forbearance moratoria ending? Are they afraid of evictions? Are they afraid of foreclosures? I don't think there's going to be any foreclosures. They just sell the house. Are we going to see more selling pressure from that? I don't know. We'll have to monitor the inventory. We'll have to monitor home prices. We'll have to monitor this stuff and see what it tells us. I don't want to see some cherry-picked numbers of something going down, because we're going to come into some seasonality where the numbers are naturally going to fall some. Because each season, springtime's really hot, summer's kind of hot, and then it kind of rolls over the June, July timeframe. And then sales kind of cool off a little bit. So it's difficult to see if it's a natural kind of rollover or if it's, amplified by any means. And I wouldn't be too quick to take judgment. These things change pretty slow. So let it work its way out for 6 months to a year. Then we'll see what the inventory does. We have to see it month over month. Markets don't move as fast as someone scrolling through a phone looking at Facebook. This takes time. It doesn't take weeks. It takes years. The housing market last time it was getting worse for 2 years before the market really started to tank. I think it's going to take some months for us to digest what the heck is even happening. So that's my opinion. And with all the money printing and all the inflation that's already occurred, I think gold's going to take account for it. And I think it's going to be a little bit lag. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if the buyers step in. We'll see if we break these downtrends. And I'm curious to see kind of how all this plays out over the next week or two. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.